Meet Daniel. He is 29 years old. He has a normal life, a normal job, a normal apartment. But every single day, his emotions run him over like a truck. A small comment from his boss ruins his whole afternoon. A bad text from his ex ruins his whole night. Traffic on the way to work ruins his whole morning. He knows this is too much. He just cannot stop it. Then, one rainy Sunday, he found a tiny book at a yard sale. It was 2,000 years old, written by a man named Marcus, a man who happened to be the most powerful person in the world at the time, the Emperor of Rome. And inside that book, Daniel found something that quietly changed his entire life. Something so simple he could not believe nobody had told him before. The Stoics figured out emotional control 2,000 years ago. Long before therapy, long before self-help books, long before phones told you to breathe. And what they figured out is so simple, it almost feels like a trick. Almost. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what they knew and how to use it tonight. From the outside, Daniel looks fine. He has a steady job at an office. He has a small apartment with a window plant. He has friends. He even has a girlfriend named Mia. His paycheck shows up. His rent gets paid. His life looks calm. But inside his head, it is chaos. His emotions swing big, and they swing fast. One small win, and he is flying. One small jab, and he is crashing. He cannot think straight when he is mad. He cannot speak when he is hurt. He spends half his energy just trying to calm himself down. And nothing he tries seems to last. Last week was a perfect example. His boss walked past his desk and said, "Hey, can you do better next time?" That was it. 5 words. No yelling. No follow-up email. Just 5 passing words. Daniel froze. His face went hot. His chest went tight. He could not finish the rest of his work that day. He went home and lay on the couch in the dark for 3 hours, replaying the words. Over and over, trying to figure out exactly what they meant. That night, Mia tried to talk to him. She asked a simple question about dinner. He snapped at her. Loud. Out of nowhere. She got quiet. He felt guilty right away. He apologized. She said it was fine. But he could tell it was not fine. He fell asleep mad at himself. And he woke up still mad at himself. The boss had not even thought about him again. The boss was at home laughing at a TV show. But Daniel had spent 12 hours stuck in a 5-second moment. He had tried things. He tried meditation apps. He tried breathing exercises. He tried journaling. He tried punching a pillow. He tried going for runs. He tried cold showers. Nothing held. Every time something hit him, he was right back at zero. Like all his work meant nothing. He started to feel like maybe he was just born this way. Maybe he was just too sensitive for this world. Maybe everyone else had a switch he was missing. Then he found the book. And everything changed. Here is the first big idea. The Stoics said that everything in life falls into 2 buckets. Bucket 1 is what you control. Bucket 2 is what you do not control. And almost everyone gets these 2 buckets mixed up. They spend most of their energy on bucket 2. Then they wonder why they feel so out of control. Bucket 1 is small. What is in it? Your thoughts, your choices, your effort, your words, how you treat people, how you respond when something happens. That is it. That is the whole bucket. It is small, but it is yours. Completely yours. Bucket 2 is huge. What is in it? Other people, the weather, the traffic, what your boss said, what your ex texted, what strangers think of you, the economy, the past, the future, the mood your friend woke up in, the thing your sister said at dinner. All of it. None of it is yours. None of it is controllable. The Stoics say, do not waste your life trying to lift this bucket. You will only hurt your back. And you will still drop it. Here is the second big idea. The Stoics figured out that there is a tiny gap between what happens to you and how you react. Most people never notice this gap. Something happens, and they are already reacting. Boom. Done. No thought. No choice. Just a reaction. Think of it like a slot machine. Boss comments. Mood crashes. Text arrives. Mood spikes. Traffic stops. Mood crashes. The world pulls the lever. And your insides jump. You are not driving the slot machine. The slot machine is driving you. But the gap is real. It is small. It might be half a second. But it is there. And once you notice it, you can use it. You can step into the gap. You can take one breath in that gap. You can ask one simple question. Is this in my bucket? Or is this in the other one? That one question is the entire Stoic trick. Right there. 2,000 years of philosophy boiled down to one question you can ask in half a second. Now here is the third big idea. The Stoic Marcus Aurelius wrote this down 2,000 years ago. You are not hurt by what happens. You are hurt by the story you tell about what happens. Think about that. When the boss said, "Do better next time," that is the event. 6 words. That is all. No meaning. No threat. Just 6 words in the air. But Daniel's brain instantly built a story. The story said, "My boss thinks I am bad at my job." The story said, "I am about to get fired." The story said that everyone has noticed. None of that was in the 6 words. All of that was Daniel. The Stoics had a name for this. They called it judgment. The event is what happened. The judgment is the story you put on top of it. The event is bucket 2. You did not control it. The judgment is bucket 1. You wrote that. Which means you can rewrite it. You will not always rewrite it perfectly. You will not always catch it in time. But you can practice, and every time you catch it, the story gets a little smaller. The truth gets a little louder. Here is the fourth big idea. The Stoics had a practice called the view from above. When something hit hard, they would close their eyes and pretend to zoom out. First, they would zoom out from their body. Then from their room. Then from their building. Then from their city. Then keep going. Up to the country. Up to the planet. They imagined seeing themselves as a speck on a tiny planet floating in a huge, dark space. From up there, the boss's comment looks like nothing. 5 words from one tired person on a small planet. The fight with your partner looks like a tiny moment in one tiny life. This is not about feeling small. This is about feeling free. When you see how tiny most things are, your nervous system finally calms down. Your chest unlocks. Your shoulders drop. What felt huge 5 minutes ago now feels manageable. Marcus Aurelius did this every single day. He was the emperor of Rome. He had real problems. Wars. Plagues. Politics. And he still took 10 minutes every morning to remember he was a tiny person on a tiny planet. If the most powerful man in the world needed this, you might too. So, how do you actually use all this? 4 steps. Starting tonight. Step 1. Name the bucket. Every time something throws you, pause, take one breath, then ask out loud if you can. Is this in my bucket or not? Out loud is better than silent. Saying it with your mouth slows your brain down. The boss's comment? Not your bucket. The traffic? Not your bucket. The text from your ex? Not your bucket. Your reaction to all 3? Yours. That is the only thing that is yours. Naming the bucket gives the gap room to open. And the gap is where your power lives. Step 2. Separate the event from the story. When something hurts, get out a notebook or open your notes app. Write 2 columns. Left column. What actually happened. Just facts. Just what a camera would have recorded. No feelings. No interpretations. Right column. The story you told about it. The fears. The conclusions. The catastrophe. The worst case scenario your brain ran with. Look at both columns side by side. Most of the time, the right column is way longer than the left. That is not the world hurting you. That is your brain hurting you. And your brain works for you. You can ask it to stop. Step 3. Use the view from above. Once a day, take 2 minutes. Close your eyes. Picture yourself zooming out. Body. Room. Building. City. Country. Earth. Stars. Hold it for a few breaths up there. Then come back slowly. Then ask yourself, will this matter in 1 year? In 10 years? In 100? Most things shrink in this view. They lose their teeth. The ones that do not shrink are the ones that actually matter. Those are the ones to put your energy into. The rest, you can let go. Step 4. Pick a Stoic phrase and carry it with you. The Stoics called these phrases ready weapons. They had short lines that they kept in their pocket to pull out the moment something hit. Try this one. Some things are up to me. Other things are not. Repeat it slowly. 3 times. The first time, your brain will roll its eyes. The second time, your shoulders will drop. The third time, you will believe it a little. That is the whole game. Practice that phrase when nothing is wrong, so that when something goes wrong, your mouth already knows what to say. So, back to Daniel. He still gets hit. Of course he does. He is a human. The boss still says things. The traffic still happens. The texts still come in at the wrong moment. But now there is a gap. A small one. A real one. And in that gap, he asks the bucket question. He writes the 2 columns. He zooms out. He repeats his phrase. He is not a stone. He still feels everything. But he is not a leaf in the wind anymore, either. He has roots now. The Stoics never promised you would feel nothing. They promised you would feel things and still be free. Free to choose your next breath, your next word, your next move. That freedom is small, but it is yours. And it is enough. It is more than enough. It is everything. If this helped you, share it with someone who feels run over by their feelings. They might need this gap too. Watch the next video for more on this. We will see you there.